Here with me now to break down the emotional scene both inside and outside of the courtroom is former prosecutor Marie Pereira and BNC contributor Ameshia Cross. Let's get right to it. Ameshia, I want to start with you. I mean, hearing that, I actually feel physically sick right now. Hearing Potter up there crying and then seeing the judge sort of emotional reaction, your thoughts?
Well, I watched it live, and Potter's soliloquy, as good as it was Oscar worthy. I will give it credit for that. But this is a woman who could not even look at Dante Wright's family throughout this entire trial. This is a woman who had been trained and who herself was a trainer for other officers who were in police excessive force cases. This is a woman who knew exactly what she was doing, and she came and she played her role. I think that the judge's commentary was a lot more problematic for me than even watching Potter do what I knew what she was going to do. Having a judge who shares tears with Potter, who killed a young black man who was unarmed. Having a judge invoke Barack Obama quotes about forgiveness in the midst of this sentencing. Having a judge utilize her discretion at a rate that we have not seen thus far when it came to going as far down as she possibly could in charging and actually sentencing this woman, and knowing that there are black kids, brown kids across this country who have been locked up for dime bags of weed, who have been locked up on traffic stops, who have been locked up for being in the white neighborhood at the wrong time for much longer times and sentences than we have seen dealt today. That's extremely problematic. I think that the judge in her emotional experience with Potter, the way that she acted as though this was a friend of hers, the sing-songy voice she used throughout the sentencing, all of that showed that she had much more of a feeling of emotion or humanity of Potter than she actually did of the victim here. And it was just sad to watch, because the show was, it just showed again that our justice system is not colorblind, and honestly that it never will be.
Yeah, I mean, I find it sick. It was just sick to me. Marie, 24 months, that was the sentencing for killing Dante Wright that Kim Potter received. Your thoughts, surprised, disappointed, or is this just on par with a legal system that time and time again does not value black life?
I'm extremely disappointed, but I'm not surprised, because Kim Potter comes across as an extremely sympathetic defendant. She kind of messed it up at the end of the trial after she cried on the stand during the direct exam from her attorney, and then became a totally different person on cross-examination. However, for that judge to quote Barack Obama and say that peace begins by learning to walk in somebody's shoes, and empathy is a quality of character that can change the world, is beyond upsetting. Because I think if Kim Potter really tried to walk in that little boy's shoes, who was so frightened, a 20-year-old whose impulse control centers in his brain are not even fully developed, she would have maybe not made that stop. That was unnecessary by her own words. And she would have said to herself, George Floyd was just publicly lynched by one of my colleagues, and the trial is still going on. Maybe he's frightened. Maybe I shouldn't make this stop. Maybe I should be a little more empathetic towards him, even though he was a person who had broken the law, and she stopped him. That empathy needs to go both ways. But you know what? She was so blinded by the implicit bias that lives in the veins of people that she didn't see it through his lens. So you know what? I'll flip that quote on Kim Potter, and she should have been sentenced to the fullest extent of the law by that judge.
We heard from Dante Wright's mother, but she also made a statement before the sentencing. Let's take a listen.
A police officer who was supposed to serve and protect took so much away from us. She took our baby boy with a single gunshot through his heart. She shattered mine.
Misha, when you hear those words, she took our baby boy, what message does this 24-month sentence send to the family and to the nation?
That there was no justice for Dante Wright, that basically we were going through the motions, that from the onset, Dante Wright was not going to be considered someone worthy of justice. We keep on going back and forth, and I've heard it throughout media about his previous, criminal past, about issues related to him in general, not necessarily being the most sympathetic victim of all time. And it frustrates me to know that no matter what we do as Black people, we're never awarded that level of sympathy. We're never awarded that level of justice when it comes to the egregiousness of many of us dying at the hands of the police and excessive force. Within this case, I think that this mother, and I pray for her and I pray for Dante Wright's family. This was a white mom, so I think that in many instances, people assumed that because she was white, because of her white tears, we would see some type of a sympathy that is typically granted towards white women that we know that Black moms do not face. But the minute that white woman decided to procreate with a Black man, she got dispelled from that white community that lifts them up with open arms. And I think we definitely saw that today.
And yeah, you heard the family say that. One of the siblings, I think it was, actually said, we thought maybe that we had enough white in us that this loss would be taken differently than what we've seen so many other times. Marie, an attorney for the former officer Kim Potter, repeatedly leaned into the idea that this was her first offense. But when your first offense ends in death, should they be weighed the same?
It shouldn't be weighed the same, but it was weighed the same because, again, Kim Potter came across as a very sympathetic person. She was a woman, she had children, she cried up on the stand, and he brought up boxes and boxes of letters from the public, giving an outcry of leniency for her, and it worked. He presented a very compelling cause to mitigate what happened and do that downward departure. And it was wrong for the judge to buy into it, but unfortunately she did. And there was no real justice for this young man whose life was taken. And his family continues to suffer with broken heart, while Kim Potter is going to have a chance and a little over a year to go home and fill out her mom's bills and help out her mommy. Meanwhile, his son has no father for the rest of his life. It's unjust.
And Maurice, just staying with you, I want to talk about the judge. Have you seen a judge this emotionally involved before? And is it possible that this could be grounds for a mistrial?
I don't know so much that it could be grounds for not a mistrial, but an appeal. I don't think so. I've seen judges emotionally involved. We don't forget about Kyle Rittenhouse. That judge was like his grandpa. I've seen judges take sides, but I have to say I was really surprised that she did that, because all along I found her to be very neutral in her rulings and the way she ran that trial. So this was a surprise for me, but I don't think that it is a ground for any type of appeal. I feel like what happened happened. Justice wasn't served to the degree that it should have been served, and that's that. There'll probably be a civil lawsuit, and their family will be awarded money, but that money is not going to bring back their loved one.
I really took an issue with Potter's remarks during the sentencing. Let's take a listen to that.
I do pray that one day you can find forgiveness, only because hatred is so destructive to all of us. And that I pray peace will always be with you and your family.
And Ameshia, I know you said earlier, and the Oscar goes to, right? Your reaction, though.
This was a narrative. This was case in point of someone trying to play to the hearts and the emotions of those in the cheap seats. She knew what her sentencing was going to be before it was even handed out. This is a white woman. White women are America's most protected class of humans. And at the end of the day, when she got up there and she shed those tears, when she got up there and she tried to lean in on the sympathies, when she got up there and she talked about forgiveness, when she got up there and she talked about peace, even though she came at an unarmed young man with full force and shot him, there's something that is frustrating about that, but also nothing about this wasn't case in point for how I thought she was actually going to present herself. Again, we've seen in case after case where this is the case. We've also known for quite some time that Potter is someone who, again, trained other officers in police brutality cases on exactly what to say in front of courtrooms and when they're investigated. So this is a woman who came at this with the full understanding of how she was going to go about it. And I think that it was just a master class in how to get an Oscar-worthy performance.
I agree. Well, wish it was under better circumstances, but really appreciate you being with us today and sharing your insight.